Our first guest, our only guest. Our guest is here to push something. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Here, he's pushing this.
There you go.
Let's see. This year's holiday event, Illusion Band Long Island is proud and happy to benefit two charities close to our hearts. Prune Belly Syndrome Network, a 501 nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting those born with Eagle-Barrett syndrome, representing PBSN will be Frank Walker. A Mother's Kiss, a 501 nonprofit organization for Long Island families of childhood cancer patients. This event, when is this? When is this?
This Saturday.
Oh, it's this Saturday. Where?
Nutty Irishman in Farmingdale.
At the Nutty Irishman in Farmingdale. Bands participating, 4:30 to 5:30. Frank Walker with Michael Pinella and George Tebbett of Beyond Fab. 5:45 to 7 is Pure Lead. 7:15 to 8:45, the Illusion Band, tribute to women who rock. 9 to 10, the legendary Murphys. That is this Saturday at the Nutty Irishman in Farmingdale. Here to talk about it, here's Frank Walker. You're not Frank Walker. You're a Walker, but
This is
you know,
Frank Walker.
that's Frank Walker.
No, I'm just kidding. That's Frank Walker over there.
Here comes Frank.
Ta-da! Hi!
I see you on the screen.
You are too much like Grandpa Bert, says Linda Smith. Linda Smith is our cousin. Linda, wasn't Grandpa Bert weren't you like 6 months old when the man died? How do you know I'm like Grandpa Bert?
I remember.
You remember Grandpa Bert?
Yeah.
How old was he how old were you when he died?
Like 4 or 5, maybe.
You were 4 or 5? That makes me 1 or 2. I was alive at the same time? I don't remember him at all. People are saying hi to Frank. Lisa Sorenza says hi to Frank.
Hey, Lisa.
Tammy Jo Hurt Pendergrass is watching.
Yay, Tammy.
Tammy is Frank's fiance. Tammy, all the best to your dog. What happened to her dog? He had a stroke or something? Or she had a stroke?
Yeah, she has gone blind, apparently, and deaf, and struggling today. Right. So, Cookie, feel better?
What is it?
Cookie. Cookie the pug.
C is for Cookie?
Yes.
Is that good enough for you?
I thought C stood for something else.
Shut up. Frank's here. Frank, did you see the theme song we were playing with David Clark? And
Yes. Yes, it did.
what'd you think?
Very nice.
I didn't use any of yours.
I know. That's why I put him up.
Yeah, he posted them on YouTube as rejected Tony Tuesday Night versus. What is wrong with me today? Tuesday Night with Tony theme song. Tuesday Night with Tony rejected theme songs. Frank posted them. You can go check them out and see why they were rejected. First off, they're Beatles songs. First off,
2 of them are.
all right, and then one Billy Joel song.
Right.
But at least Michael DelGiudice was actually, writing a song
On the fly.
on the fly. On the fly. And David Clark, well, I use his without permission. Tammy says hi to Zach. Kenny Schmidt says, hey, Frank, take a seat in that unstable antique chair.
Yeah.
Only the best for our guests here. Chris Monty sat in that chair. Les Deegan. Eric Shevlin sat in this chair, and the chair survived. It's good quality stuff. Strong chair. Tammy, no, I'm not drunk. This is water. Joe DeJesus?
Yes.
Who's that?
He's one of my band partners in Three Legs, the Beatles band we're in.
3 legs? That's like me, but a dog. Missing the leg.
Oh.
What is 3 legs? Tell us about that, since you brought it up.
It's an acoustic Beatles band. We play restaurants once in a while.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Kenny Schmidt's comment. Frank looks like Steve Jobs beat cancer and then gained 20 pounds.
Nice.
It's kind of true.
Especially with this shirt, I guess.
Yeah.
Shirt. Great.
That's good. That's good. Were you done? I wasn't listening. I was laughing.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
We're a Beatles band. That's all you need to know.
All right. Yeah. All right. Question. Speaking of Tammy, we talked about her dog. Hope your dog feels better. However, now let's talk about her son. What's his name? What's his name? Jerry?
Kenny.
Bobby?
Kenny.
Stewie.
Yeah.
What's his deal now? Tammy keeps bugging me. You're bugging me. This guy wants to be on my show. He wants to be here. What's this about?
He just wants to be on it. He
Why?
likes the idea.
What does he got? What does he do? Who is he?
He's Tammy's son.
Stevie.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Well, I want to meet Tammy's son.
You met Tammy's
You
son.
did meet Tammy's son.
I did.
But what did you want to talk about?
It was the only one.
What does he do? I don't know. He goes to school, right?
Goes to school.
Yeah. Where's he go?
Malloy.
Okay.
And he wants to come on and just talk. That's all I know.
About what?
He has opinions on the government and about
Oh, I'm not getting into
society
politics
and
and
that
the
kind of
government. I'm not doing that. Sorry there, Chewy. I'm not. What's his name?
stuff.
Why can't you
Chewy.
just bring him on?
I'll bring him on, I guess, if he wants me on. What is it, Vinny? Vinny, come on the show.
Kenny.
Kenny. Louie, you come be on the show. Well,
Louis.
Great invite. Hey, Vinny, come on the show.
No, he didn't. He was working. I don't know what that means.
Didn't what?
I don't know.
Oh.
All right,
I'm not sure.
but he wants to be on the show. All right, but you didn't ask him. You practically live with the guy. You didn't ask him what he wants.
He didn't really say have one thing he wanted to say. He just wanted to come and talk.
All right. Kenny Schmidt. Kenny Schmidt, you asked me a few weeks ago about being on the show, didn't you? You can come on.
Tammy says Zach never met him.
Zach did meet him.
I told you I never met him.
Didn't you come with us to Tammy's house that day?
No.
Oh, all right.
Lived
So
at Tammy's house.
she's right. So they didn't meet.
See, don't treat me like I'm just some crazy kid.
We can't see what he's doing. But
Stephen Dixon joined. Stephen Dixon is dangerous. Jack Scala says Zach is the star. From Jack to Zach.
Tuesday night was Zachy. Let's go.
We can do that.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do that.
You have? Well, so you can talk about boring superheroes for an hour?
Yeah, you're the one who asked me to talk about superheroes in the first place. So
What would you talk? Would you talk about superheroes? What would you talk about?
anything.
Anything.
I mean, first I would talk about how I stole your leg, and that's why you're not on the show. That I pretty much are like have you lying down somewhere trying to crawl to the show. That's what I'll lead off saying. Then I would talk about superhero news. Oh, you know what I should have said just now when I was on? Marvel and Fox are like literally just like this close. I mean, I know they can't. Yeah, thank you. To making a deal, which means X-Men in the Marvel universe. Because Fox owns X-Men.
okay.
You said that you have people that watch superheroes, like David Clark.
David Clark does watch superheroes, yeah.
Bring David Clark on. How about he can be my
I've been
guest?
bugging David Clark to come on, but he lives in
Right.
Jersey now with Cindy Bradley. He doesn't have time for us Long Islanders.
All right, David Clark, tell me, just one day when I am the star of this show and Tony's not here, and I'm like, it's Tuesday night with Zachy, you can be my guest.
Zachy.
And you can be my guest once Dad shuts up. And we can talk about superheroes the entire time, and we'll have fun because listening to this guy speak is not that fun. And we are sponsored by Crush.
Anthony Shirelli's watching. What's up there, pal? Remember Anthony Shirelli? I think I asked you that last time you were here.
I think so.
You want to not walk into that?
I can walk into you if you want.
Okay. Frank is here to push that. It's a concert this Saturday at the Nutty Irishman in Farmingdale featuring a bunch of local bands.
Yes.
David Clark says sweet, Zach.
Oh, so you agreed.
Yes.
Let's go! Yeah.
Go ahead. You ask him. Go ahead. He'll be on the show. Sure. Just ask him as much as I do.
I'm a better
Maybe I'll
person.
do a bonus live broadcast on Thursday. Maybe I'll pop by David Clark's Sting show. Maybe. So it's a charity event featuring a bunch of bands, and it's benefiting two charities. A Mother's Kiss, which it's an organization for Long Island families of childhood cancer patients. And it's also a charity for the Prune Belly Syndrome Network, which Frank is here to explain. Go.
Okay, Prune Belly Syndrome Network is a organization that is devoted to helping people born with Prune Belly Syndrome, which is a rare muscle condition that I was born with. And
I'm going to stop you right there.
yes,
What do you mean a rare muscle condition? What exactly is happening?
most cases you will have no abdominal muscles when you're born. and it leads to other complications in kidneys and lungs and things like that.
Things like that.
Yes.
Why is it called broom belly? I hate that.
That's
It's such a stupid name.
It's the nickname, but actually that's why they use it, because it sticks. That's the name you remember more than anything else. The actual name, there's a couple of them. The actual name is Eagle-Barrett syndrome, which is named after the two doctors who discovered it. But prune belly stands out more as a name. I don't like it either, but it does stand out more. That's why they use it.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I don't know. I just. All right. All right. So, born without abdominal muscles? Is that what you said?
Yes.
What other complications? What, like side effects?
Kidney issues, heart issues, lung issues.
Heart issues?
Yeah.
You didn't have heart issues.
No.
You were like a light case, correct?
No.
Oh.
No.
He's your brother.
Absolutely not. Well, I was actually ask what you remember of those times, but I guess not much.
Yeah, right.
I remember you in the hospital a lot.
Yeah.
I don't.
I remember when you were in the hospital.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I remember the day I came home from kindergarten, and you were just like standing in the door, and I was like, Dad, I haven't seen you in so long.
Kindergarten?
I came home from kindergarten one day, and that's like, it was the first time I saw you. And you were like, we're getting off topic.
No, that's all right. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. That could be. Yeah, because you were 4, almost 5.
Before.
No, my amputation was during the summer, so it couldn't have been then. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
Sure.
Positive. It was,
I came home from something that day. Maybe it was like the Paris program or something.
yeah, maybe.
I remember I was walking home and I saw you sitting there and you had your leg. I was like, Dad, you've been in the hospital all this time. I mean, it was 2005, right?
That's
I was
when
in
I.
kindergarten around that time.
Yeah.
So you around that time.
It was. I don't remember much. I remember you in the hospital a lot. I think I mentioned the last time you were here. I remembered you got that Steve Austin $6 Million Man doll in the hospital, the one
A lot of toys.
with the eye that you can see through.
Yes.
I remember
exactly.
that. You always got the cool toys from being in the hospital. All the time. That's really all I remember. Hey, Bobby Donahue. What's up? Bobby, how are you? Can you end today's show with Zach throwing lunch meat at your heads? Hey, Bobby. Good to see you, man. So you were in a light case? Because I've seen, other people who look worse, who've had more hospitalizations, who die.
Yeah.
You don't.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not the worst case, but I wasn't the best case either. I mean, I was probably somewhere in the middle. But I mean, some doctors.
Yeah, that was in the beginning.
In the first year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, the stats now are 50% don't make it past 2. And there's only...
50%?
Yep. Don't make it past 2. I know a lot of families, unfortunately, whose kids didn't make it. And we just found out recently that there's only 1,500 living in the United States with Prune belly syndrome at the moment.
1,500 people in the United States. That's it.
Yes.
How many people worldwide?
Not much more than that.
Wow.
Maybe 2,000, if that.
Wow.
So yeah, the stats are a lot lower than we thought they were. So
Which is why I guess you don't get funding or much attention because it's that rare of a disease.
Right. That's why we're a grassroots organization. We try to do benefits anywhere possible. We try to spread awareness. We try to get publicity anywhere we can for it. So.
Any idea how people get it?
No, they're still researching. There's no one way.
So it's our mother's fault. It was from all the drinking and drugging she did in the 60s when she was pregnant with you.
There you go.
Right? And that's what causes prune belly.
Wait, are you being serious?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I was like, what?
You do all sorts of harm to your body, like drugs and alcohol and sexual experimentation, and you mess up the baby in your belly, and then you get prune belly syndrome.
If any prune belly people are watching, it's all him. I'm not saying a word.
Dad, is that what you did?
Is that what I did when I was pregnant? Yeah. Well, I'm still
You're
pregnant.
pregnant now.
Yes, I'm pregnant now. So
I mean, you don't know who the father is.
right.
Oy.
Problem solved.
So all right. So you have benefits What'd you say? Probably Sal. So you have benefits like this one on Saturday at the Nutty Irishman in Farmingdale.
Yes.
And so what does the money go to?
It was this time it's split up to two different charities, but ours it pays for things like research or conventions we have once a year usually.
What's the convention for? Why do you have conventions?
It gathers families together, sometimes meeting each other for the first time.
I'm not leaving my mother alone, Kathy. Sorry. Kathy says, leave your mother alone. She has enough to deal with you.
Nice.
She's not even watching. We got her a tablet for Christmas. Last time he was on, we talked about how she wanted a tablet, but we gave it to her early because the computer crashed. Frank officially still lives with our mother, but he's hardly ever there because he's with Tammy, and the computer crashed. So we just gave her the tablet for an early Christmas present. She has no idea what she's doing with it. She's constantly breaking it and has no clue. She couldn't even figure out how to put a password in the other day, and all she wants to do is play solitaire for crying out loud. And a convention always an excuse for Vegas. Actually, you did have a convention in Vegas once, didn't you? That's right. I told you didn't. Florida, St. Louis, here in New York?
New York, Chicago, Milwaukee. They did have one in California, which I didn't go to. The next one is going to be in San Diego in 2 years, which I'm hopefully going to go to.
Oh, they're not every year?
Well, sometimes they are, but they've decided to spread them a little further out this time.
So what do they do with the money that they... Oh, you said research?
Research, convention costs. It'll help fly families in who can't afford to come.
Oh, all right, that's what I asked.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of the convention?
Again, to gather people together who meet each other for the first time, or hear doctors who from wherever we are locally come and talk about what they know about it. A lot of people come in from out of the country who have never heard anything about it and get a lot of information from coming to other conventions.
So when you say people, all right. So you mean patients and doctors and
Families.
families of patients,
Yeah.
and you all share information.
Yes.
So if you have prune belly, you can't access the internet to get this information.
They can, but you wouldn't believe how many doctors don't,
How many doctors don't
or
what?
families don't.
Don't what?
Know,
Go to the internet?
know that it's there. A lot of them don't even know that it's there until they find out that their son or their daughter has it. Then they look it up and they find us. And then we get told that their doctors don't know anything about it, so they tell them it's not worth fighting for, and this kind of stuff. It gets crazy after a while.
You lost me. What do you mean not worth fighting for? What's not?
Some doctors tell them, we don't know much about it. The baby's not going to live, so you might as well just get rid of it while you're pregnant.
So you would have doctors there at these conventions that say no, there's other options.
Exactly.
Oh.
That's exactly it.
Be down Feb space. Oh, Jack is coming down in February to go to the space. I speak Jack, apparently. Okay. Money goes for gambling and booze. Probably. Eric says what? Eric, what are you saying what to? Eric, you just signed on and says, so I don't know what you're saying what to. We're talking to Frank about Prune Belly because they're having a convention. They're having a fundraiser on Saturday at the Nutty Irishman in Farmingdale where a bunch of bands are playing, such as Frank Walker with Michael Pinella and George Tebbett of Beyond Fab. That's a Beatle band?
It's a great Beatle band.
Yeah, Michael is the guy that you introduced me to, right? The funny guy?
Yes. Yep.
Then Pure Lead is playing. Is that a Zeppelin thing?
Yes, it is.
Good.
I don't know them, but I heard they're good.
The Illusion Band, Tribute to Women Who Rock. That sounds cool. You know anything about them?
Yes, I know a few people in that band. Excuse me.
Like?
The two lead singers are Mary McDermott and Joanna Monte.
Oh, your friend Joanne?
Yes.
Oh, she's in a band now. She used to play with you. Does she still play with you?
Once in a while.
Once in a while. A tribute to women who rock. So, like who?
Linda Ronstadt, Pat Benatar, people like that. Stevie Nicks.
Okay. Just say yes, they are good. Sell the show, Frank. There you go. Thank you, Eric. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. And then the legendary Murphys are playing. They're the headliners.
They're great.
They're great.
Great classic.
They've been around a
rock
long
band.
time, right?
Yeah, they're very, very, very good.
Who are some people in that band?
Sandy Murphy and Ralph Agresta.
Susie and the Banshees. I haven't heard them in a long time. Go ahead. What?
That's all I know. Just them. Ralph Agresto's the guitar player. Sandy Murphy and her husband are both in the band, and that's all I know so far. They're
Alright.
very, very good.
Benefit going to Prune Belly and going to A Mother's Kiss, which is a nonprofit organization for Long Island families of childhood cancer patients.
Yes.
I actually know a family that's going through some childhood cancer, some old Hicksville friends. So all the best to them. So that's good. That's a nice organization. When is it, Frank? Sounds great. It's this Saturday at the Nutty Irishman in Farmingdale.
Yes.
The first band goes on at 4:30, which is him. 4:30.
Yes.
Now, so all right. So and this is it right here. So Pure Lead, the Nutty Irishman, Frank. So who put this together?
The Illusion Band put it together.
When is the fundraising show? What are you talking about? We just said it. Yeah, thank you, Jack. Jack says Saturday. So who put it together?
The people from the Illusion Band. They set it up because I think they work with both. They know both charities, and they asked us to join in with them. So
All right.
it's gonna be a good day.
Okay. Nice. So what have you gotten out of going to these conventions?
Well, I mean, I didn't meet anyone else with Prune Belly until I was 35, and that was at one of the conventions. And I've gotten to know a lot of people since then and hear their stories. The craziest thing was a couple of years back, there was a family came in from India, and the father has Prune Belly. He's 36 years old, and again, people in India didn't know anything about what it was, how to treat it. He figured out what the name was. He looked up the website, and he said the first person's story that I read was Frank Walker. So he said, "So I want to meet him while I'm here." And I looked over. I'm like, "I'm right here." So we talked for a while after that, and it was pretty amazing to hear someone from India bring my story up. So it was pretty neat. So that's the kind of stuff we get.
So, but did it? Okay. I'm just.
You got nothing to say about that?
I'm just thinking. Wait, that was Moon Shadow. Beer belly. No, that's what I have. But well, it's not beer. It's a chocolate belly. That's and French fry.
It's
French fry.
pregnant belly.
French fry belly. That's what I have. French fry belly. A lot of money gets raised. You do a lot of charities yourself for it.
Yeah, I do a lot for it. I usually do about 4 or 5 shows a year. We try our best to raise a lot of money for it, and a lot of other people around the country do it too. So,
And then you said research. Like, so has any significant research come about?
yeah, there's like the past 3 or 4 years they've been doing research for it. Like I said, they're the ones that discovered, the new numbers of, the survival rate, which is now 1,500 living in the United States.
What's the average age lifespan?
It could be anything. There's no real numbers.
Well, what's the oldest person to live with it?
That I know of about 70, I think.
So you have about 20 years left.
Yeah, basically.
God.
Good knowing
Nice. Great. But I mean, all we really know is 50% don't make it past 2. That's all we really know for sure. And like I said, unfortunately, I know some people who didn't. So we're trying. I can't accept that. The fact that I've gotten to 50 and they didn't get to 5 months, it's not acceptable. So that's what we're trying to do.
All right, but what? Yeah. So what kind of research has? All right. So you said the numbers, but like medically, have they discovered anything?
They're still working on it. They're trying to pinpoint the cause or where it stems from, how it's passed on. That kind of thing.
Anything like as far as preventing it once it's discovered?
No.
Can they discover it? They discover it while the mother's still pregnant? Or no?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Now they
But
can. Yeah.
no, but they haven't figured out any way of stopping it once they discover.
No.
Can they do belly implants? Well, yeah, that's kind of what I'm asking.
Well, I had muscle implant. I had muscle.
So explain that.
Not implants. I shouldn't say that. I had surgery when I was 15. They took muscles from my legs and moved them up into my stomach, which was the first time it was ever tried on for the purpose of prune belly. And the cool thing is that there's been about 25 of them done since mine, which was 35 years ago.
But what? Where's this muscle in the legs though? Why isn't it's still needed in the legs though? Isn't it? Like how do
Well,
they?
what I was told was that there are 4 muscles in each thigh. They take one out to move up, and the other 3 expand, so you don't lose any strength in your legs.
All right, so you had it done. What did it? So was it like solving the problem?
It corrects the problem to a degree. It corrects the muscle part of it, where you have the protection now. It may not solve the fact you've had kidney issues and that kind of thing, but it solves the fact you now have the muscles. I have a little
Those
more
muscles expanded.
yeah, but something as basic as getting up, I couldn't.
Oh
do.
my God!
No, I couldn't do that before. I couldn't use my muscles. I had to lean and do that.
Don't touch me.
Before that.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. So.
So, I thought I forgot what I was going to say. I'm a good host. So, what I was going to say is that didn't you post the surgery or something once? Didn't you, or is it on YouTube or something?
It's on YouTube.
The
Yeah.
video is on YouTube, so you can go on YouTube and type in Frank's pee-pee.
No. Nothing like that.
Well, you can. Aren't you laying there naked while you do the surgery?
But the camera is not focused there.
Oh.
The camera is focused on the surgery.
Shannon Carter says hello.
Hey, Shannon, she's a prune belly mom.
She's a prune belly mom.
Yes.
Aphrodite wants to know, why do only 50% of the babies survive?
Well, because the different degrees of how.
Because 50% die. Well, it's true. Who is Deidre Fennessy, a friend of yours?
Yes.
Deidre just realized we're live. So, yes, now this is proof. We're saying hello to you. All right, so why do 50% die?
Because some have worse degrees than other people have it at. And,
So what exactly are they dying from?
Kidney failure, lung failure. That's the 2 basic ones.
You've had issues with your bladder,
Yes.
like?
Well, okay, we want to get into that.
Oh, go there. My
Hey.
grandson Asher has prune belly syndrome. We were at the Dallas convention, says Brenda Straffus Yostin.
Hey, Brenda.
Do you know Brenda?
I believe so.
You don't know Brenda.
If I saw her, I probably remember.
I looked up the images of prune belly, and it's disturbing. Poor babies. Oh, Eric is serious for once. Oh, yeah, it's pretty disgusting. I mean, come on, just look. Look, it's awful. All right, do you want to talk about bladder issues or no?
Yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead. Don't let me...
Well,
I just keep interrupting.
all right. In my case, my bladder is 10 times the size it's supposed to be.
Just like my penis. Really?
Yeah.
So what is that? It fills up, but how is that bad?
It's bad because everything can get affected by it. It affects the kidneys because it's not being dealt with the way a normal one would be.
There's no way to shrink it or remove some of it or something?
I don't know. I never
Come on,
looked
get
that
on
up.
it.
Never looked that up.
It is a hard road for patients and families. Brenda says yes, she did meet you. Frank is a miracle, says Eric Shevlin.
Oy.
So no, you never looked into if they can just like shrink your bladder somehow?
I never looked into it. No.
What kind of issues have you had? Because I know, it never fully empties. Is that right?
Right.
So, and what kind of problems does that lead to?
That can damage the kidneys. Actually, I only have one really working kidney now as it is. I have both, but only one works.
Shannon says you can have a bladder reduction.
Okay. I may look into that.
Does she have it too?
Her son.
Yeah. Eric says, okay, fine, I take it back. Oh, yeah, he's not a miracle. He's not. I think Eric has prune belly. Look at him.
In his face, maybe.
Prune face. Prune face syndrome. PFS. Prune face. That's Eric's new nickname. Prune face.
Props to Zach. Props to Zachy Dubs.
Now, so is that surgery? That's the only procedure that right now for it.
No, there's other ones, but most of them are like cosmetic surgeries where you could be when you have no muscles there, you have a lot of excess skin. So they can take surgery where they can do like a wrap and tighten the belly area, but it doesn't fix the fact you don't have the muscles.
Oh, is that what the lump was?
No.
It wasn't.
What
was that?
It was actually it was my insides not being protected
Right.
and not.
So it was
Being
extra
where it
skin
should be.
just hanging off.
It wasn't even extra skin. It was organs. It was organs not being in the right place.
Oh,
Where it's
really?
supposed to be, yeah.
So where are the what? So they moved. Oh, so when they did the muscles, they put the organs in the right place.
Right.
When we were little, Frank. So you have your side here, but then there'd be like this flap. Not a flap.
Not really. Just extend.
Not a flat-
Extend.
Yeah, it was just.
extend out.
Well, yeah, the side would come down, but all of a sudden there'd be this. Like, and we used to call it a lump. And we actually used to play with it. Remember, we used to bounce it.
I didn't remember that until you just said it. Yeah.
And we used to sit there and play with the lump. We would just bounce it like a tennis ball. Boing, boing, boing.
God.
It used to crack me up.
Boing, boing.
But I never knew what it was until now. I always thought it was just like I always thought it was just fat because it was just hanging there. But then I remember when you
That's
had
how
this.
fat works, you know.
I remember when you had the surgery. Yeah, when they moved the muscles up. I remember then they. So all right, so because they sliced that skin, right? Then they totally just slice it off. So obviously they moved the organs over. Then they sliced it.
Yeah, pretty much.
What the hell is that? Hal's seltzer water? What is
Seltzer.
that?
It's Seltzer, right?
I've never heard of it.
Really good.
They still had 7-Eleven.
That's where I got it.
Yeah, baby.
So lack muscles exposes the internal organs, excuse me. Tony don't know much about his brother. Oh my God, says Shannon. No, I didn't know much about it. Frank was 3 years older than me. In fact, he still is 3 years
I was
older than
gonna
me.
say, thank you.
And yeah, we were little. I mean, when he had the surgery with moving the muscles, you were 15?
15.
Yeah, I was 12. So the worst part of it for us was, we were little kids, so I didn't know anything. And, I was kind of, I wouldn't say kept away, but, I was in school and living, my mother, would be at the hospital, and our grandmother would just take care of me while he was in the hospital with my mother. So yeah, I wasn't really involved much. But, yeah, and then there were no more surgery. I think you had one more cosmetic surgery or something after that, right?
One more to fix the side. Of
Yeah.
it,
And then that was just a year or two later, right?
Right.
So I would
Two
say
years
by the
later.
time I was 15,
It was all done.
yeah, it was all done for us. The worst, and the worst was, right? I would say, right? I mean, you've had some bladder issues here and there, but you really haven't had much problems as an adult, right?
No, not at all. Not at all.
And you I know you battle with diabetes. That's not connected, right?
No, not at all.
And your lack of brain power, that's not connected either.
That's just me. That's just me.
That's good to know. Oh my God, you guys are so funny and so different, says Deidre. Yes, we are very different.
I'm the nice one.
Yes, well, that is true. See, the problem was when I went to high school, he came through before me,
Uh-oh.
and then our mother went to the same high school, and of course, we had a lot of the same teachers who remembered our mother. So not only did I get, why can't you be more like your brother? I also got, why can't you be more like your brother and your mother? I got that all the time. And it's true, yeah, he's the nice one, and I'm me. And then there are some people, like I mentioned the last time he was on here, sometimes I meet people and they say, oh, I didn't know Frank had a brother. But most people I meet are like, oh, Frank. But you know what? Just 2 weeks ago, Knockin' Dead Comedy did, excuse me, we did a show at a special needs school. What the hell is the name of the school? Forgive me, I can't remember. It's in Brookville, Long Island. And there was a girl, a teacher or an assistant, an aide, I don't know what her title is, but she was there with a bunch of kids. And we're right in the middle of the show, and she was in the front, so I made eye contact, and I'm like, man, this girl looks familiar. And I couldn't place it, so I just said to her, I said, right in the middle of the show. I go, "You from Hicksville?" She said, "Yeah, I'm from Hicksville." And she said, then she said her last name. So once she said her last name, then I remembered. I said, "Oh, Frank Walker." She said, "Yeah, I know Frank. So I'm his brother." And yeah, she didn't know that he even had a brother. Trisha Welsh. She graduated with you, I believe.
Welsh.
Is that her first name, Trisha? I might have the first name wrong. Whatever. But yeah, he's a nice one, and I'm just me. And
Dad, how many? I bet you there are many people that know you that don't even know that you had a brother. There are people that know you that know Frank that don't know Frank. There are people that know Frank that don't know you.
no, most people that know me know Frank.
I'm willing to bet otherwise.
All right. Especially if they're Hicksville people, they definitely know Frank before me. That's just a no-brainer.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Frank was on the Long Island Medium for crying out loud. You can't say no to Frankie. Is that what she says, right?
How do you say no to Frank?
How do you say no to Frankie?
Oh god, that was funny.
Yes, Teresa Caputo, for all you Long Island Medium fans, she is a Hicksville girl, graduated with Frank. You know her your whole life, right?
Yeah, from church folk group days when we were
Church
like
folk group days.
9 years old.
Yeah, I went to school with her brother. One was born without a belly and one lost a leg. You guys suck at having body parts.
Nice.
If they put us together, we'll
Especially
have...
brains.
Well, yeah, the brains part is definitely
That's gone.
lacking, especially on him. Yeah, so if they put us together, there might be one whole person. Ken Schmidt says, what high school? Hicksville High School. Class of 85, class of 88.
Yes.
Also home of Lorraine Bracco and Billy Joel.
Yes.
And Teresa Capito and Bobby Donahue. Say hi to Kenny. He is watching.
Also graduated with you guys.
Tammy wants us to say hello to her son, Vinny. Hello, Vinny. Good to see you. Go take care of the dog. Vinny, comment here. Tell us why you want to be on the show. Come on, Ralphie. Tell us why you want to be on the show here.
Ralphie.
I'm the biggest star in Jester Jim's YouTube videos, and no one knows who I am. What the hell does that mean? You're in. Why are you in Jester Jim's videos? I don't know what the hell Kenny's talking about. Go ahead.
You
Oh,
mentioned-
Jerry's watching. Hi, Jerry Esposito. Hi.
Hey Jerry, you mentioned before about Teresa. You should tell him about the show you did with her parents.
Now Kenny is saying words I can't pronounce. What about Teresa's parents?
The one Knock 'em Dead comedy show you did where her parents were in the audience. You don't remember that?
I remember them being there, but
One of the shows they would do like a parody of Teresa about what she does and all kind of stuff.
oh, they weren't there for that.
No.
Oh.
But they were there. Another time I went to see you, and I went up to you and I said, "I hope you're not doing the Teresa thing tonight because her parents are here." And he went around there with all the cast and said, "Okay, don't do the Teresa bit. We're not doing that tonight." And then you did something anyway to them. You don't remember?
I don't.
You know, we can't figure out who committed the murder. Why don't we ask? Why don't her parents ask her? Why don't we ask their daughter? Is what you said.
Oh, because we were doing a murder mystery, so we said her daughter would know who committed the crime.
Right.
Because, well, she's not a psychic.
No,
Oh, but that's what I said.
that's what you said,
Oh.
and the place went crickets. Like they were going to kill you.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
After I'd said, "Don't say anything."
We're putting Eric to sleep, which I don't blame him. Yeah, that was a nothing story. Does Frank still wander on the grassy knolls of 106, 107? He doesn't wander. He just drives through it while sleeping. On his way to Wendy's.
Not anymore. I don't go there anymore.
Actually, Pat, that was you and me that used to wander on 106, 107. So I remember you and me used to walk all the time. We used to walk to your apartment after getting out of work at the General. We're boring everybody. All right. All right, what time we got? Oh, it's just about 10 o'clock. Wow, the time just flies on this thing. All right. All right, we're going to do rapid fire trivia questions.
Uh-oh.
We do them every week. In case you missed it last week when we had Elio on, Elio and Amy, we actually did not do the rapid fire questions during the broadcast, so we added it as a bonus video later. So if you watched the show last week, go back to our page and look for the bonus video. Picking my nose. Where I asked Amy and Elio the rapid fire questions. The rapid. Let's go to Weston's. No, was it Weston's? No, it was Wesson.
Wetson's.
Wetson's, yeah.
Yeah.
Wetson's was the best. Wetson's
remember
was
that.
it was kind of like All American,
Yeah.
but they had better French fries. Yeah, I used to love that place. Later became Titus Oaks, which I also loved. Now it's a Dunkin' Donuts. Kenny said he wants to be on your show because he likes your bald head. Yeah, that's motivation for me to get him on. What the hell's wrong with you people? That that kid of yours, Tammy, your son Joey, is a weirdo. It auto-corrected. Okay, sorry. Eric, how do you know Wetsons? You weren't in Hicksville at the time. Was there another Were there other Wetsons? I only remember the one.
One or two, I think. Maybe
Was
not,
it?
not many.
Oh.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
they were
where.
great. Great burgers. Okay, rapid fire trivia questions. They are just random trivia questions that have nothing to do with anything, nothing to do with Frank, nothing to do with the show, nothing to do with anything. We just asked them. I don't give the answers out right away. I do not tell Frank if he's correct or not, because I give you guys a chance to comment. And then, yeah, in a few minutes I'll tell you if you are wrong. Do not Google the answers. Just, give us a guess. We're going to do this quick so that Frank can play a little bit. He brought his guitar. He's actually attached to it. Since we were like 10, he's never been without it. So there were 70 Wetsons, really? All right, first trivia questions. How many Wetsons were there? All right, so here we go. And then there might be some other questions, maybe that Frank may know. I don't know, we'll see. You ready? Mm-hmm. First question that you will not get. What Midwestern state shares its name with a title of a 1982 Bruce Springsteen album?
I don't know.
How many taxi cab drivers do you own?
Huh? Ask Frank how many taxi cab drivers does he own? I'm not sure what that means.
All right, thanks for that, Tammy.
I'm not sure.
In what city would you find the infamous Alcatraz?
In what city?
Yeah.
Leavenworth. No. I don't know. Don't know.
Eric got the Springsteen album correct. It's Nebraska.
Okay.
That's literally what I was thinking. I don't even know the answer. I was just thinking, like, I have a feeling it's in Nebraska. I was right.
Do you know the
I'm psychic.
Do you know the Alcatraz question? Because Kenny and Eric just got it right.
Oh, okay.
It is San Fran.
And Sally.
And Sally.
But I didn't know.
What is the chemical symbol for helium?
No idea.
Weed.
What? Did you say weed? In which decade? Not even a year. In what decade did Hawaii become a state?
50s?
Very good. Yes, several of you are getting the helium question right. It is capital H-E. Bobby Sen just joined. Hi, Bobby. Another past guest. Bobby's
H.E.
awesome.
for Heisenberg.
H-E for Heisenberg. Because
Go
he
watch Breaking
sucked helium all the time. All right, here's one you better know.
Okay.
But that's what the,
What, and this is easy, like Eric's going to get this really quick. What name did Superman have on Krypton?
I
Jor-El.
know this. What'd you say?
Kal-El.
What'd
Kal-El.
you say first?
It's a Jor-El. Got the family right.
That was his father's name. So I'm about
What
to
was
punch
the last song John Lennon played before a paying audience?
you. Goodbye, my world.
For a paying audience? I saw her stand there.
People paid to see him?
Which Beatle album has songs only written by John and Paul?
You asked me that one last time.
Did I?
Yes, you did. Hard Day's Night.
Son of a... What musician introduced the Beatles to marijuana?
Dylan. I think you asked me that one too.
All right, well...
You gotta do your research.
All right. All right. So, all right, that's our trivia. All right, so give me two song requests, and we'll have Frank play them, and then we'll
Oh, that's
say goodnight.
Scary.
Well, you do open mics. You take requests all the time.
True. With this crowd, I'm scared.
Bobby said Frank is on fire. I think he just called you hot. I don't know. Come on, give me some song requests. And are we going to throw the meat? Kenny really wants us to throw our meat around. That's a whole different show, Ken. Iron Butterfly.
No.
Nice. Freebird.
No.
Of course. Inagata Davida.
No.
We're doing good. All right, well, don't Blackbird you played last time. Don't play that.
No.
Eric is still saying Freebird.
Maybe we might have some time on Thursday.
Play Being Green.
Being green?
Being Green.
I do know a Muppet song. I don't know, it's not that one though.
What? Which one?
Rainbow Connection.
Santa Baby is a request. Bobby Sen wants Irish music. You don't know any. You played with an Irish guy. You played West Bay Music Fair with an Irish guy. You don't know any Irish music.
I don't remember the songs. It was 12 years ago.
Shannon says not the only one.
Oh, that's my song.
That's his Prune Belly song, and he's gonna cry. We're not playing that. No, Jerry. He played Blackbird the last time he was here, and he screwed it up, so he's not playing that again. It's Raining Men.
Man.
Sing Daisy Jane. What's Daisy Jane?
Daisy Jane.
I don't know what that is.
No idea.
Friend of the Devil. Do you know Friend of the Devil?
A little bit.
Play that and Rainbow Connection. Go.
I'm a friend of the devil.
Shut up.
Let me get it. Hold on.
What was your? Yeah, he and it's true. He actually did play West Bay Music Fair once with an Irish singer named Andy Cooney.
Yes.
Andy Cooney. What would be your highlight? Your musical highlight? Would that be it?
That's one of them.
That's one of them. All right, give me one more.
Just last year, actually, this past year, playing with Wondrous Stories and Friends, doing a recreation of the Bangladesh concert. Got to play with members of Wings. That was pretty neat.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Layla, Daisy Jane from America.
Don't know it.
All right, so you have. So you're doing Rainbow Connection, and then you can either do Friend of the Devil or Layla. Your choice.
See if I remember. I lit up from Rio, I was trailed by 20 hounds. Didn't get to sleep that night till the morning came around. Said I'm running, gonna take my time. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. I know the whole song. Got 2 reasons why I cried away each lonely night. First one is sweet Emily, and she's my heart's delight. Second one is prison baby, shares on my trail. But if he catches up with me, I'll spend my life in hell away. Got a wife, she go baby, and I wanna share with me. First one said you got my charm, but it don't look like me. Said I'm gonna take my time, friend, I'm a friend of mine. If I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. Part of it. What was that?
I have no idea.
I'm impressed by your singing.
Oh. Thank you. What
Go
was
on,
that?
Rainbow Connection.
Oh,
Let's go.
geez. Let me see. Remember this. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side? That's all the words I know. Someday you'll find it. The rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Now do it again in Kermit's voice.
One second, remember. What do you got back here? Oh Lord, look at this.
Singing makes me cry.
Oh my God, that face.
Since it's Christmas time, I figured we'll show me and Frank with Santa. All right, sing a little Layla then, since you screwed up Rainbow
I
Connection.
don't know Layla that well.
You don't know Rainbow. You don't. How do you not know Layla that
Know the
well?
words.
Frank,
Kim White's Pizzado says, "Oh, darling."
I feel like Have you ever played Horse with No Name?
Yes.
All right, that's a song by America. Go.
I feel like you'd be.
On the first part of the journey, I was looking at all the life. There were plants and birds and rocks and things. There were lands and hills and rings. I'll skip to the middle part. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. I found good to get out of the rain. In the desert, can't remember your name. 'Cause there ain't no one for to give me no pain. La 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 la
That's good.
We're
Pretty good.
Thank you.
all right. So you have this coming up on Saturday.
Yes.
This is the. It's a. It's a charity. It's a fundraising event for Mother's Kiss, a cancer organization. It's also a fundraiser for Prune Belly, the Prune Belly Syndrome Network, Eagle Barrett Syndrome, which Frank is a part of. That's this Saturday at the Irish Cottage in Farmingdale.
Yes.
First band goes on at 4:30. It's only $10 cover at the door, and then you doing raffles or anything, or
Yes.
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 Would you like to expand on that? No.
That's all I know.
That's all you know.
No.
Okay. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, next week, another great Hicksville musician is joining us next Tuesday. Get out of the way. That is John Laspina. He is an old Hicksville friend. He is also a fantastic drummer. He plays with a band called Rubik's Cube. They do 80s music and they dress up like the 80s and they're just fantastic. You got to check them out. Rubik's Cube. That's John Laspina. He's the drummer. He's great. Great drummer, great guy. He'll be sitting right there with us next week. So join us next Tuesday. You know any Tom Petty? We're getting some Tom Petty requests to take us out on. So join us next week, next Tuesday at 9 o'clock with me, Zach, and John Laspina will be here. This is Frank. Thanks, Frank, for being on here. Frank is going to take us out with a Tom Petty tune called Wildflowers. Hit it.
You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. Sail away, kill all the hours. You belong somewhere you feel free.
Kenny Schmidt says play Cats in the Cradle. Kenny Schmidt says play Cats in the Cradle. You play some of that and then we're out of here. See you next week. See ya. Let it play a little bit.
A child arrived just the other day. Came to the world in the usual way, but there were plans to catch and bills to pay.
Hit the likes, hit the hearts,
Learn to walk while
share
I
the
was
video, spread the
He
word,
was
tell everybody you know.
talking before I knew it. As he grew, he said, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you.
Play one line of Freebird for Eric.
And the cats,
Just
the
one
cradle
line.
and the silver spoon.
Eric,
The
I
blue
tried.
boy blue and the
He won't do it for you. He
man.
doesn't like you.
When he coming home, I don't know when.
When you're playing Freebird, I don't know when.
when. We're gonna have a good time then.
If I leave here tomorrow, you can't sing that much for Eric?
I don't like that song.
You don't? Oh, I don't like that song.
I don't like that song.
Okay,
I
say
don't
goodbye.
like that song. All right, goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.